Listen closely, because the stars have lied to you. They tell you the world was born from light. They tell you a benevolent hand shaped the clay. But they were not there in the beginning. Before the sky was named, before the dry land had a face, there was only the water. Two oceans, drifting in a shoreless void. One was fresh, the father, Abzu. The other was salt, the mother, Tiamat. They were not gods yet, they were just vastness, mingling their waters in the dark. It was a cold peace, a silence so heavy it could crush your soul. Can you smell it? The scent of ancient brine, bitter and thick, clinging to the back of your throat. That was our first home, the womb of chaos. But even in the abyss, nothing stays quiet forever. Within the mingling of father and mother, the first ripples appeared, the children. The younger gods were born, and they brought with them a plague. They brought noise. Their laughter shook the deep, their dancing disturbed the eternal rest of the parents. Imagine being a mountain, disturbed by the buzzing of 1,000 flies. Abzu could not endure it. The father whispered of a final solution, to kill his own children, to bring back the sweet, perfect silence. But the children struck first. The god, he found the father sleeping. With a word of magic he bound him. With a blade of shadow he ended him. The fresh water turned red, then it turned still. The father was dead, and the children celebrated in the halls of his corpse. But they forgot one thing. The mother was watching. Tiamat did not move. She did not scream. She simply changed. The salt water began to boil with a new kind of heat, not the heat of life, but the heat of a cold, calculated revenge. Her grief is the reason the ocean still tastes like tears. Something is waking up in the deep, and this time it isn't looking for peace. Stay in the dark. Stay in the dark. Grief is a poison that never dilutes in salt water. For ages, Tiamat sat in the red-stained dark. She did not weep. She did not pray. She brewed. The gods above were feasting, drinking from the skull of her husband, thinking they had won. But beneath the waves, the mother was opening her womb. She She did not give birth to children this time. She gave birth to nightmares. One by one, they crawled out of the boiling silt, 11 of them. The Mushmahu, horned serpents with poison for blood. The Yugalu, demons with the heads of lions and wings of storm clouds. She filled their bodies with venom instead of milk. She gave them teeth of jagged obsidian and eyes that could freeze the sun. Can you hear the grinding of their stone scales? The sound of 1,000 predators waiting for the signal to rise. The gods in the light heard the first ripple. They looked down, and for the first time they knew they were mortal. Ea trembled, Anu hid. The noise they loved so much turned into the scream of a cornered animal. Until he stepped forward. He was young. He was golden. He was Marduk. The gods offered him everything. The throne, the crown, the power of the word. Save us, they begged. Kill the dragon, and we will serve you. Marduk did not smile. He took his bow, he took his club of storms, and he looked into the abyss. He wasn't doing it for them. He was doing it because he wanted to be the new king over a world built from her ruins. Two monsters were about to meet. One born from the salt. One born from ambition. Tiamat rose from the floor of the world. 7 heads, 7 screams, blocking out the light of the gods forever. The war of the first and the last had begun. But remember, when you kill a mother, you inherit her ghosts. The storm is coming. Stay in the dark. They met at the edge where the red water kisses the dying light. Tiamat opened her 7 jaws to swallow the stars. She let out a scream that broke the minds of the lesser gods. But Marduk did not blink. He did not fight like a man, he fought like a storm. When the mother opened her mouth to consume him, he did not run. He sent the evil winds, the Imhulu, into her throat. She could not close her jaws, she could not breathe. She was choking on the breath of the very world she created. And while she struggled, Marduk fired the arrow. It tore through her scales, it split her heart in 2. The abyss went quiet. The great dragon, The mother of all nightmares was dead. Dead. But Marduk's ambition was just beginning. He looked at her gargantuan corpse floating in the indigo dark. He took his blade and he began the work of a butcher. He split her body like a dried fish. One half he flattened and pinned above to create the sky. The blue you see on a summer day. That is the skin of a monster. He took her ribs and piled them high. To make the mountains, he took her blood and let it flow until it became the Tigris and the Euphrates. Every valley you walk is a wound he carved in her flesh. Every breath of wind you feel is her ghost trying to return to her lungs. The gods celebrated. They built their temples on her bones. They called it order. But look at your hands. Look at the salt in your sweat. The salt in your tears. Where do you think it comes from? You aren't living on a planet. You are living on a grave. We are the parasites, crawling over the remains of a mother who was never properly buried. And deep in the salt mines, deep in the darkest trenches of the sea, the blood is still warm. The earth tremors on shifting plates. They are the first slow heartbeats of a mother waking up. So, the next time you look at the horizon, ask yourself, are you standing on the world? Or are you just waiting for it to open its eyes? Stay in the dark.